Hello and welcome back to Pantry Challenge. We are on week 1 of our Pantry Challenge and I'm just about to prep dinner. I'm doing whole roast chicken, and if you're new here, my name is Kristin, and if you're not, thank you so much for joining back in today. Now we need to go down to my cellar to get some potatoes because I want to do some roast potatoes with it. And our cellar is accessible from our kitchen, so I just pull this up here and then I can go down this ladder. And these are my carrots here on the ladder. But yeah, we have to definitely work on the cellar next year because at the moment, there has been a lot of moisture down there, and I don't really have any place, like any shelves or anything to store my homegrown stuff. And that is a big issue. I also want to purchase a chest freezer this year that we will keep in our garage, just so I have more possibilities. So I finally have a place to store all my stuff. Okay, so it looks so creepy down here, but we don't have light yet. We actually have a pretty big cellar. We just need to kind of work on it. But here is where I keep my potatoes. I have these crates here, and I have them in bags. Oh yeah, it's a good thing that we're starting to use these because, as you can see, these are starting to sprout slowly. I do have some that I saved for seeds upstairs because down here it's actually kind of moist. Maybe, let's see. Yeah, they're all sprouting, so I'll have to do a potato processing day sooner or later and just use the ones that are sprouting first. So I think I will take this is Solist variety. I will take this whole Solist bags upstairs, and then we're gonna be using those. And I forgot to say it, but today is January 3rd. I had made a previous video where I basically explained the rules that I'm following for this Pantry Challenge. I set myself a budget for 25 euros a week to buy fresh produce and milk and eggs, just because these items I really can't get any other way, and we do use all of these items very frequently. I had explained it in a previous video why I don't have almost any produce in my pantry or in my freezer, and if you're interested, then go watch that. So this is why I have this 25 euro budget, although I do try to stay under it. But so my oven is preheating right now. I have my baking tray. I have to read how long this chicken will take. It is marinated already with herbs, and it's in this like baking foil. It's not foil, baking film or something. Baking bag, roasting bag. I think it's roasting bag. And if you have watched my previous video, then you know, but this will be our dinner tonight, and then tomorrow, from this carcass, from this chicken carcass, I will make chicken noodle soup. So we basically get 2 dinners in one. And I'm gonna use this roasting dish to put my chicken in. And then later on, the potatoes I will probably like put on the side here because there's still a lot of space on this baking tray. After those 1 hour 25 minutes, we are gonna open this roasting bag and just let the skin become a little bit crispy. And Cristo is renovating our bathroom in the back here. This is I think 4-month project now. But all of you homeowners know how long stuff can take. So in it goes. And while that is roasting away, I'm already gonna take care of the potatoes, and I'm gonna cut them and also remove and cut out where they have sprouted. Actually, I'm thinking that I want to do mashed potatoes today. I don't know why, I'm just in the mood for mashed potatoes instead of roasted potatoes. And then I am gonna do a little like marinated tomato salad as well. So I think we'll start, because I'm gonna use the same cutting board, I'll start with the marinated tomato salad because of the starch of the potatoes. So in the previous vlog, we were grocery shopping for fresh produce. And so I will take this little pack of cherry tomatoes that I'm gonna wash now. And I think, should we take one or two on? Maybe one a little bit bigger one. I think that's fine. And then we have a ton of herbs, so we're definitely gonna be using some of those. I am cutting this into little cubicles now. I'm thinking that maybe we don't have to use this whole onion because half of this is plenty, and so we can save up on our precious onions, and they will last us much longer. Then we don't have to get new ones from the grocery store, and we can use our weekly budget to get something else. Like I had planned to get Greek yogurt, but first of all, I forgot my grocery list at home. Usually I use a digital one, but this time I didn't. I actually wrote it down, and what happened, I forgot it at home. So I also forgot to buy any Greek yogurt. Not that we would have had any budget left anyway, but that happened. So maybe next week we will be able to do that. I'm gonna wash these tomatoes now. We're gonna dry these a little bit. I know there is a trick where you can put them in between like two containers and then slice a bunch of them in half. But since I don't have like a ton of them, I think it'll be fine. So I will add some parsley from the garden that I keep in my freezer. It's chopped. And then I think we have chives as well. These would go really well. I'm gonna add like 3 good handfuls probably. We have a bunch of more parsley, so I don't really need to worry about that. Some chopped chives, probably like 1 good handful. I think dill I had put the most up out of all the herbs I have. I think next year I definitely want to put up more chives and a little bit more parsley. Now a good glug of extra virgin olive oil. And we're gonna use some salt, quite a bit of it. And I got this idea for these marinated tomatoes, or marinated tomato salad by Acre Homestead. I love her channel, and she's a very big inspiration to me. Now lastly I will use this vinegar, then maybe a little bit of sugar to balance it out. I think a good teaspoon is enough. Now we'll let this marinate in the fridge until dinner is ready. I'll just shake it a little bit. This is how it's looking. Let's see. This is perfect. This was honestly so easy and it's already so yummy. And I honestly think that those chives really gave the tomatoes the kick that they needed to taste like super fresh. Chopped chives, like fresh from the garden, are such a game changer in the kitchen sometimes, especially when it comes to salads and or marinating things. It's so yummy. And so now we are choosing some potatoes from my bag here. Like I said, these have started to sprout, as you can see here. So I'm just gonna peel them and take it off. So I will start by removing the sprouts. Then I will cut off any greens after I have peeled them, just to check how deep it goes. Like if there is any on the potato flesh, I will definitely cut it off. You really don't want to eat any green part of a tomato because it can cause intestinal issues. It is toxic, the solanine in the green part of the potatoes. So do not eat that. Cut it off generously and it'll be fine. So I've chopped up my potatoes. I didn't do all of them. I put, I think, 2 or 3 back. Now I'm just gonna rinse them off a little bit because there was some dirt still on there. I usually wash them around like 2 to 3 times, sometimes 4, depends how dirty they are. And this is how they're looking. So now we're gonna fill it up with water. And I'm gonna add some Himalayan salt. And then we'll cover these and we're gonna cook them when the chicken is almost ready. This looks pretty good already. Actually got a little bit of browning here. I'm gonna brush it with a little bit of olive oil so it stays nice and juicy. And I'm also gonna start cooking my potatoes now. Since I've cut them pretty small, they're not gonna take super long, but around 20 minutes they will take, I'm sure. The chicken is ready. You can hear my oven beeping maybe. My oven mittens are in the wash, so I only have this one here. But oh my gosh, how good does this look? Week 1 of our pantry challenge I already consider as a success. So now while this is cooling down a little bit, I am gonna do the mashed potatoes. They're done cooking. Just a little bit more. Do you want this? Good.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna go eat now and enjoy this pantry dinner. Welcome back. Today is January 4th and the dinner yesterday was so delicious. We both loved this roast chicken. When I was in Germany, I had bought this super big 8-liter pot and we are gonna use it today to make our chicken broth or chicken noodle soup. I'm gonna make broth and then I will see how much I will get. We're gonna definitely have the chicken noodle soup for dinner, so I'm gonna use a lot of that broth, and anything that is left I will freeze. So I had kept the chicken carcass from yesterday. There's some meat in here. Since this chicken was roasted, it has a lot of good flavor on it already. And all of this gelatinous mess actually is stuck to each other. This is because of the collagen from the bones. So we're gonna put everything in here. Quite convenient that everything came out so nicely. I'm not gonna add water yet. I also want to cut up some onions and some carrots. I have my carrots here. I took them out earlier, and we're gonna use some of these because they're starting to grow and these need to be used up. And today is a very snowy day. It snowed all day yesterday, or all night I should say, and so today is the perfect day for a nice little soup. I'll take, I think, 3 of them. I'll just cut them up in halves. Then I just dump them in there. Normally I would cut these in half, but I'm not going to do that because they're not so big. These are ones of the smaller carrots that I have grown this year. These are the only ones I have left. I think for the broth making they are gonna be perfect though. I have a ton of garlic in my fridge over there in the veggie section, but I also have these braided garlic here, and I think I want to use this up first. This is the variety German door, and I think it is so pretty. This is not mold, this is just how the variety looks, and I think it's so pretty. There's purple stripes, then it turns blue. I'm just gonna cut the roots off. Look how beautiful these cloves are. So we have a pretty decent sized whole head of garlic in here. I think we took 3 onions and we have about 4 carrots in here, and then the whole carcass of the chicken. If you don't want to strain your broth, you can just use like a spice bag and then put the spices in there and then just fish it out later on. But I am gonna strain mine, so I don't really care if everything is loose in here. I'll take 2.5 bay leaves, and probably I will empty this bag of Himalayan salt. It has been in my spice drawer for quite some time, and I've been trying to use it up. Or maybe we don't open it, maybe we don't empty it completely, at least not right now. This is how much I have put in. We can still add more later. But what I do want to add still is some pepper, black pepper. Quite a bit of it. Water. I will add until 6 liters. It's really heavy. Now we'll put it down. I'll put it on boost right now so it starts simmering. Put on the lid. And then we're gonna cook this very low and slow the whole afternoon basically, which is gonna be around 4 to 5 hours probably. So I have turned this down to 6. It had just started like boiling a little bit, but I don't want it to boil. I just want it to simmer. I will leave the lid open, so I won't close it. And I'm gonna turn on my vent here. So the highest I can go is basically a little more than 1.5 hours. And I'm gonna turn it down to 5 right now. And I will check on this broth in about 30 minutes how it's doing, if I need to adjust the temperature. I have also stirred it a little bit just to mix everything nicely together. And doing it low and slow will actually fuse all of these beautiful flavors together really nicely, and it will give you a cleaner broth overall. So we'll let this go for this afternoon. That's our washing machine, and I'll check back with you later. So this broth, we filled it up to 6 liters before, and it had cooked down until 5 liters. And I'm just now straining everything. So I'm taking all the bones out. I took the carrots out already because I want to cut those up and use them for the chicken noodle soup today. Nothing is getting wasted, especially doing pantry challenge. And I earlier have taken out also these Maultaschen. I don't know if there's an English word for it. I think they're probably just called dumplings in English. But they're basically German dumplings, and we brought them from Germany when we came now. So I'm gonna add those to the soup, and then also just regular soup pasta. But I just tasted this, and this tastes so good. It's a really nice deep broth, and I think the whole head of garlic was definitely the way to go. It's also pretty thick, at least how thick a broth can be. All this is gonna go to the freezer. So while that is cooking and the pasta is cooking in there, I'm just gonna give it a little stir. I will cut up my dumplings. These are actually kind of pre-cooked already, so they don't need to cook for long. I'm cutting them into little cubes, and then probably this is the safest option to put them into the soup so it doesn't splatter. And I'm also gonna add some parsley from the freezer, and then some dill as well. I think we can add everything that's in here. And then maybe just a little bit of celery leaves. Just a few. And then I was thinking that I will take out some pumpkin chocolate chip cookies that are in the freezer. I think I showed them to you in my last video. And then we will have these for dessert today, since it is Sunday. It smells delicious, and I have tasted the broth and it was beautiful. So I think we will really enjoy this dinner. And then I will see you tomorrow as well. I will try to vlog what I eat for breakfast and maybe lunch as well if I have time, because I am going back to work tomorrow. My vacation is over officially today. I don't know how much time I have, but I will try to vlog it for you guys, and I will definitely see you for dinner tomorrow night. I think we're really gonna enjoy this. Good morning. It is Monday morning. I'm about to get ready to start my work. Because I work remotely today, I thought that before I start working, I will show you what I will have for breakfast. So right now I'm having a coffee, and some might argue with that, but coffee is not real breakfast. So I do want to have something real for breakfast. So we're gonna take the last of this spelt English muffin, and then we have regular wheat English muffins. We had also brought these from Germany. And so while these are toasting, I'll get some cheese and ham out to eat with it. And then yesterday evening, as you probably saw by now, we also had some pumpkin cookies, so I got to cross 6 of that. But I did fill the just reclaimed empty space in my freezer with the chicken broth, or chicken stock I should say. I just put it in this morning, so it's not frozen yet. I'm also adding this natural peanut butter that has some like brown sugar in it, so it tastes kind of like salted caramel. A little bit here and there. And I will also not be eating this whole apple for breakfast. I will like snack on it throughout the morning probably. I have some turkey ham here. Cheese with some pumpkin seeds. We also brought this from Germany. If you didn't know, I am German, but I have been living in Estonia for the past, I think, now it's like 8 years or something. It has been a long time. Typical. Crystal was supposed to take his chicken noodle soup from yesterday to work. He actually had it on a table in our entrance, so he was going to take it, but he forgot about it probably last minute. So I will probably, in my lunch break, bring it to him later on. So I will go enjoy this breakfast now, and afterwards start my work day, and then I will see you in my lunch break. In the winter we get such few sun here in Estonia, so this blue sky is something so special. It's lunchtime now, and I'm gonna make myself a tortilla wrap. I'm gonna use the only whole wheat tortilla wrap that was left. We didn't use that one the other day because I still had, or still have, a little bit of the filling left from our dinner the other day. My wrap broke a little because I didn't let it thaw, and these are whole wheat. Like I said, they are more brittle. So I'll just put one slice of cheese on here, the same one we had in the morning. Then I will let this heat up a little and then put some sauce on top and roll it up. It's not the prettiest lunch ever, and not the healthiest either, but I know for a fact that this tastes incredible, and the camembert is also gonna be good. And I'll get more veggies in the evening, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we are getting dinner started. I had taken out yesterday evening this chicken minced meat, and because we are already like planning or prepping a little bit for tomorrow's dinner, we also have to take something out of the freezer. I had thought that tomorrow would be a good day to make some steak. So we're gonna thaw that in the fridge. And then today I wanna make chicken minced meatballs. Then we still had some of the mashed potatoes left from the other day. I will probably just reheat the mashed potatoes. And then I'm also gonna make a salad. These are the last of the marinated tomatoes, also from the other day. And all of that good juice in there is so flavorful. And so I thought that I would cut up this cucumber and 1 bell pepper and 1 more little onion, so all of this can marinate together and it will be a fantastic salad. Then for tomorrow, next to the steak, I want to do some roast potatoes. So we're just gonna clean the potatoes today and then soak them in some salt water until tomorrow. And I did a little bit of garden planning yesterday, and bell peppers are definitely again on our list to grow. I liked them so much last year because they were just so fresh tasting and so juicy. But I also intend to grow some different varieties this year. So I want to try the sweet chocolate variety, and then some banana peppers that I have not grown so far. And I am actually gonna start them at the end of January because they can take a really long time to grow. And then also I'm gonna start my onions. And when I planted the garden the other day, I just realized that I have way too much stuff that I want to plant. So we're actually gonna put in 2 more garden beds this year. And then besides the meatballs and the mashed potatoes, I'll fry up 2 of those dumplings from yesterday. It's gonna be like a mix and match dinner. And then we're also gonna have some garlic cheddar biscuits on the side. Okay, so this is full already. I only used half of my cucumber. So I'm gonna use this half cucumber to make some salad for tomorrow. And then what I really want to use for this cucumber salad for tomorrow, some pickled chive blossoms here. They're from last year. Ooh. And despite what they might look like right now, but they taste phenomenal. And I'm just going to cut them up a little bit. I use about 4, I think, and some of this dill too. Some of them also to the other salad. Now we're just gonna season everything. I'll add some salt. And then whatever we don't have from this salad today, we can just eat tomorrow. Some black pepper. A tiny bit of sugar just to balance everything out. Then I have this salad spice pack that I just need to use up because it's like, it has been open. So we're just gonna add this to the cucumber salad. Then we'll use some extra virgin olive oil. Greek one is my favorite. And then just a teeny tiny bit of my spiced vinegar onto both jars. And the key, so that it will really develop its flavor, is just letting it sit, like marinate, for at least a few hours. I'm gonna shake it so everything can mix. Really aggressively shake it. I just let this both sit in the fridge, this one till tomorrow and this one till later, till we're eating dinner basically. And then now for the potatoes, I will just peel these. Feel really blessed that we have so many potatoes. And as I was doing the garden plan, I can't wait to get back out there. Right now it's really, really cold. I need to actually get some things from my greenhouse. I have some flower bulbs in there that I didn't get to in the fall. So we have to take these inside, because it's not good if they're not in the ground and it's just freezing out there. It's -15. It was -15 today, and it has been even lower than that. We need to do something about those bulbs. And I don't know if my poor leeks will even survive. They are currently under a blanket of snow, and snow is a very good insulator. So I hope that they will survive. And those are in my garden beds outside. But in my greenhouse, I actually also have in pots some apple trees that I grew from seed. They're still not even a year old. And yes, I know that you usually cut apple trees with some cuttings, but I just thought it would be fun to see what kind of varieties we would get if we grow them from seed. So I did. I really like those trees. They are so cute and they have grown beautifully so far. Because they are in pots, I just hope they will survive. Because last year we had such a mild winter. It barely went under -10. And I think only like 1 or 2 days at all. And then this winter we have been now for the past week. And going forward, we will also be around -15 the whole time. So it is very, very cold. But I do hope that this will help with the bug pressure. Because in the first year that I was gardening here, we actually had less bugs than last year. And I think it has to do with the mildness of the winter the previous year. So I hope that this harsh winter will give us at least less bugs. Okay, so I have cleaned the potatoes and I've cleaned my board here. And I will keep them in salt water until tomorrow. Then I'm gonna dry them tomorrow, and our oven has an air fry function. So then I will air fry them just with a little bit of salt in our oven tomorrow. If you leave cut potatoes out, they will turn brown just like apples. But if you put them in like a little bit of water, so they're covered, or in salt water, which is what I'm gonna do, then you can actually keep them in the fridge for 2 to 3 days. And they're ready whenever you wanna go cook them up. Just until they're covered. And my mother-in-law, she gave me these bowl caps, basically. They're almost like shower caps I think it's maybe almost even the same thing. And these are just perfect for things like this. Okay, so the only thing that I will do still is cut up this little onion for our sauce. I have reserved one little container of chicken stock for our sauce for the meatballs. As you can see, we are heavily using onions every single day. I don't know, I just love them. And when I did the garden plan, I made sure to include a lot of onions for this year, because last year I ran out of them, I think in November or something, and I was pretty sad about that because I had like nothing to put up like for the freezer or something. We do have a ton of garlic, but I just really want a lot more onions this year, and so that is very much reflected in my garden plans. And I will go ahead and clean a little bit right now, and then I'm gonna see you again when we're pulling dinner together. So here we are on the next day already. I had dried off the potatoes that we prepped yesterday, and now I added some roasted garlic and some dried wild garlic, and that combination was so good on those potatoes. I also had added some salt and some olive oil and just mixed them together really well. And because I had such a busy day at work, I was really thankful to myself that I had prepped the potatoes previously already, so now I just had to season them and then air fry them in our oven. And I really do love this air fry function that our oven has. It's just so convenient and all the food gets super crispy. And then pulling the rest of the dinner together was also pretty easy since I had prepped the salad already yesterday as well. And then I just used lemon thyme and rosemary to sear my steaks with some butter in our cast iron pan. And they turned out perfect. They were medium. I usually like my steak rare, so it's pretty bloody usually when I eat it still, but this was from the freezer, so I did make them medium and they were perfect. And the potatoes were also so flavorful with the garlic and the wild garlic, and look how crispy these turned out. And this dinner was definitely my favorite out of all the dinners we had this week. It was just so good. Welcome back on January 7th. I am making dinner right now, and I just wanted to show you what I'm doing today. So I have 2 bell peppers here that we bought the other day, and I just took everything out. Then I have 1 pack of thawed minced meat that I took out yesterday evening. And I've just cooked some rice. We're gonna use the rice for the filling and also to eat it on the side. And then I'm just caramelizing some onions here, also for the filling. And then we're also gonna make like a gravy type sauce. And I just wanted to show you this garlic grater that I got from my mom. She brought it home from a holiday when she was on Formentera this last year. And I have always used a garlic press, but this garlic grater, it just works so well and it's super easy to clean. Especially if you only have like 1 clove of garlic that you're using. It just works so perfectly. And it's a lot easier to clean than my garlic press. But if you have larger quantities, I think I would still prefer the press. So I'm gonna add this to my caramelizing onions and let this also caramelize just a little bit. I have this thing where after every step in the kitchen, I wash my hands. Just because I feel like I need to. So if you see me preparing dinner and switching in between the sink, that's why. And then this rice we're just gonna heat up later again. I'm gonna add this grill and pan spice. Ostman is my favorite spice brand. And so this was a spice blend, so now all we have to do is just mix this up. It contains salt, paprika, onions, pepper, thyme, basil, rosemary, parsnips, and smoke. This is just so good. My grandma always used to add rice and onions inside the stuffing for the bell peppers. So this is why I'm making it like that. And I really try to like push it down. It works best with like a tablespoon like this. And because of the rice and the onions, they add like a little bit different texture, and it doesn't get very compact and hard. So now I'll just let them sear a little bit, like fry a little bit, and then we're gonna add the gravy. And then we're actually gonna let them cook in the gravy with the lid on. So I have this gravy like powder, and I just added some water, and now we're just gonna add this powder. And we'll mix it a little bit. And then I will let it cook on medium heat for about 30 minutes. Usually I like to use like very fresh sauce made from scratch, but I have to use this one up too. My mom gifted it to me. She likes those sauces a lot, and I'm just gonna use them up now. I'm not gonna like throw them away. They still taste good. I just prefer it to be made from scratch. So as you guys saw, I had some scrambled eggs with low-fat ham cubes in it for breakfast, and it was really nice to have like a protein-rich breakfast. And I think next time when I will go grocery shopping, probably at the end of the week, I'm not gonna buy as much as last time, but I think I will definitely buy some eggs because I intend to make a lot of like baked goods next week, so on week 2 of Pantry Challenge. And if you also take part in Pantry Challenge, then let me know down below what kind of dinners or meals are you making, because it would be a great inspiration to me, and I think maybe to other people as well. So let's just exchange our ideas, and I will definitely take you along for week 2 of Pantry Challenge and the rest of the weeks of course as well. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far, and I do really appreciate every single one of you. Never forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and I hope to see you back in my next video. Bye!